Okay, so sorry for the disturbance in the previous video. So we are going to continue with the continuation of the classifications of the therapeutic nature of the glycosides, like the diuretics. So means it is going to increase the flow of urine, or that is going to enhance the flow of urine, or that is going to increase the urine output. So hence it is used in the treatment of various cardiac disorders like the congestive cardiac failure and all, as well as that is going to help in the treatment of the edema and all. So in coming to the hypoglycemics, so like that is going to reduce the increased blood sugar level in the body. So hence it is used in the treatment of diabetes. The example is the Momordica or Bittergourd or the Karela. So in coming to the sedative, so that is going to calm your brain. So hence it is known as the sedative, or that is going to induce sleep. So hence it is used in the treatment of the anxiety or those people who won't get sleep. So example is the bitter almond. So in coming to the antifungal, so the henna or the mehendi, that is having the antifungal property. So next is the counter irritant. So means that is going to cause irritation on the applied area, and hence that is going to help in relieving the deep seated pain. So like if you are having the inner pain, so like in the bones and all, so like if you are going to rub on the body, that is going to cause irritation, and that is going to help in relieving the deep seated pain. So like the iodex, how you are going to apply the iodex, the same way. So you are going to apply this counter irritant. So like the example black mustard, so that is having the counter irritant property. So when coming to the chemical test, so when coming to the general chemical test, so just simple, you are going to perform the Fehling solution test. So before that you are going to break the glycosidic linkage. So how we are going to break the glycosidic linkage? So just you are going to treat with the acid or the enzyme. So in simple, here you are going to take the drug and you are going to treat the drug with the sulfuric acid. Then you are going to add the sodium hydroxide solution for neutralization. So then you are going to add the Fehling's A and B solution, and you are going to boil. That is going to produce red coloration. So because you have added the acid, that is going to cause the breakage of the bond or breakage of the glycosidic linkage. So instead the sugar and the non-sugar portion will be free, then you can easily perform the Fehling's test, that is going to produce the red color. So in coming to the specific test, so you are going to perform the various specific tests like the for the anthraquinone glycosides, so like the Senna and all, you are going to perform the Bront-Taggart test. So in this test, so you are going to take the drug and you are going to add the sulfuric acid, you are going to boil, then you are going to add the chloroform. So and you are going to separate the chloroform layer from the aqueous layer, and you are going to add ammonia. So that ammonia layer, that is going to produce pink coloration due to the presence of O glycoside. So simple, the drug plus H2SO4 or HCl, because you know that is going to cause the breakage of the sugar and the non-sugar, or suppression of the sugar and non-sugar portion by the hydrolysis. So once the non-sugar portion is free, you are going to add the chloroform. As you already know, the A-glycan portion, that is soluble in the chloroform, while the glycon or the sugar portion, that is soluble in water. So that A-glycan portion, that is going to move into the chloroform layer, then you are going to separate out the chloroform layer, then you are going to basify with the ammonia, that is going to produce pink coloration, that is due to the presence of O glycosides. The example is the Senna. So in coming to the modified Bront-Taggart test, so here you are going to perform this test for the C glycosides, so like the aloe and all. So in this, and difference between the Bront-Taggart and the modified Bront-Taggart test is only that here you are going to use the ferric chloride solution along with the sulfuric acid. So because the C glycosidic linkage, that is difficult to break only with the HCl or H2SO4, for that reason you are going to add the one more extra reagent, that is the ferric chloride. So here also you are going to take the drug, you are going to add the sulfuric acid or hydrochloric acid, along with that you are going to add the ferric chloride reagent, and you are going to boil, you are going to filter, then again you are going to add the organic solvent, that is the chloroform, and again you are going to separate out the chloroform layer, you are going to add the ammonia, that is going to produce rose pink color. So the example is the aloe. So when coming to the saponin glycosides, as I already told, that is having the soap-like property, or that is going to produce froth or foam in water. So for that you can go with the foam test and the hemolysis test. So when coming to the foam test, here just simple you are going to take 1 gram of the sample drug and you are going to add water and you are going to shake. So that is going to generate froth, and that froth or foam that should be stable for around 1 minute. If it is stable, then it contains the saponin glycoside. So when coming to the next test, that is the hemolysis test. So here you are going to add a drop of your blood on the slide and you are going to add the few drops of the saponin glycoside solution. So that is going to cause rupture of your RBC. Once you are going to observe that slide in the microscope, so that indicate it contains saponin glycoside, so that is going to cause the hemolysis. So in next test for the flavonoid glycosides, that is the Synoda test. So here you are going to take the alcoholic extract of the drug and you are going to add the magnesium, turning and the dilute hydrochloric acid, that is going to produce red color, that indicates the presence of flavonoids. So when coming to the next, that is the coramine glycosides, that is the fluorescence test. So here you are going to treat the alcoholic extract of the drug and you are going to add the sodium chloride solution, so that is going to generate the blue and green fluorescence, so that indicates the presence of the coramine glycoside. So next is the cardiac glycosides. So for the cardiac glycosides you are going to perform the specific test, that is known as the Keller-Kilani test, and even 2 more tests are there, that is the legal test and the Bulgett test, but the main or the important test is the Keller-Kilani test. So in this test you are going to perform for the digitoxose sugar, so which is present in the cardiac glycosides, that is the digitalis. So here you are going to treat the drug, or you are going to extract the drug and with the chloroform, then you are going to add the acetic acid and the lead acetate and ferric chloride. So after that you are going to add the sulfuric acid, so that is going to produce a reddish brown color which turns into bluish green in the acidic layer, so that indicates the presence of digitoxose sugar. So this Keller-Kilani test, that is performed for the digitalis, which contains the digitoxose sugar. So here you are going to extract the drug with the chloroform, then you are going to add the acetic acid and the lead acetate, then you are going to add the ferric chloride solution. So after adding the then you are going to add the sulfuric acid, that is going to produce a reddish brown color, so which turns into bluish green, so that indicates the presence of digitoxose sugar. So next is the cyanogenetic glycosides. So here you are going to perform the sodium picrate test. So simple, you are going to take the drug and you are going to mix with the dilute sulfuric acid. So after addition of the sodium picrate solution, it is going to produce the red color, so that confirms the presence of the cyanogenetic glycosides. Okay, so next is the extraction of the glycosides. So here also you are going to follow the Stats-Otto method as we followed in the alkaloids. So you are going to take the drug and you are going to treat with the that is the water or alcohol. So and you are going to extract with the Soxhlet apparatus for the continuous hot percolation. So due to heating, or it contains the alcohol, that is going to deactivate the enzymes that is present in the glycosides. So after that you are going to add the solution of the lead acetate, so that is going to remove the non-glycosidal impurities like the tannins, that is going to precipitate the tannin into the lead tannate. So if excess of the lead acetate, if it is present, then you are going to remove it by using the lead sulfide. So you are going to remove it as lead sulfide by passing to the hydrogen sulfide gas. So because lead is the heavy metal and it is toxic to body, so hence it should be removed from that. So hence you are going to add the hydrogen sulfide gas. So then you are going to the extract you are going to filter and you are going to boil. So means you are going to concentrate and you are going to obtain the crude glycosides. So simple, you are going to powder the drug and you are going to extract by using the alcohol as the solvent or the water as the solvent by using the continuous hot percolation, so that is going to deactivate the enzymes which is present in the drug. And you are going to filter, then you are going to remove the non-glycosidal impurities like the tannins by treating with the lead acetate solution, that is going to convert the tannins into the lead tannate, and the excess of the lead acetate you are going to remove by passing the hydrogen sulfide gas. So after that, the extract what you are going to get, you are going to evaporate it and you are going to concentrate in the crude form, then you are going to go with the further purification. So in coming to the isolation or purification of the glycosides, so what the crude drug you are going to get in the process, so you are going to go with the purification technique like the fractional crystallization or the chromatographic method, so like the TLC or the column chromatography, so as you did in the alkaloid. So here you are going to treat with the drug with the alcohol or the water, you are going to go with the continuous hot percolation, or then we are going to add the so lead acetate to remove the tannin, then you are going to add the H2S gas to remove the excess of lead acetate, then you are going to take out the drug and you are going to concentrate the drug, then you are going to go with the purification, that is the method, so like the chromatography, fractional distillation, direct crystallization, and so on. Okay, so or even you can follow the other method, so like, so initially you are going to separate the that is the glycon and the aglycon portion, so by adding the HCl or H2SO4, or even you can add water, so no issues. So that is going to separate the sugar and the non-sugar portion. So then you are going to add the chloroform layer, so in the separating funnel, so you are going to add the HCl, that is the acidic extract, and you are going to add the chloroform, so then you are going to shake, so the aglycon portion that is having solubility in the organic solvent, that is the chloroform, that is going to move into the chloroform layer. So then after that you are going to evaporate it, the chloroform layer, and you are going to get the crude, that is the glycosides, that you can go with the further purification, so like the chromatography or direct crystallization, so you can use any of the methods, so for the extraction of the glycosides.